How you doing, guys? This is Eric from rulthewasteland.com. This video is going to be about an ancient relic that most preppers should keep around because it might be very useful in a variety of shit-hit-the-fan situations. So what is this antique item that I'm going to be mentioning today? It is none other than the traditional phone book. Some of you may have heard of such a thing. Before the interwebs, when I was but a young lad, people would have to look up things in this ancient text to find out where they were and how to contact them. But all joking aside, we're so used to looking things up on the internet or being able to even use the phone lines to contact places, get their information, things like that, that simply having one phone book sitting around is pretty useful. It's an easy way to make sure you can find out where different types of places are. And it doesn't have to be an incredibly serious shit-the-fan scenario, but even something from like a hurricane or an earthquake or any other sort of natural disaster or anything else that could cause widespread outages of either power or the internet or phones or both, all three, whatever. Having a way to be able to find out where various things are, especially if you're in a large city or something like that, is very useful. You know, if you're in a very small town, it's probably not as big of a deal. You probably know where most of the local stuff is. But if you're in a big city, it might be useful to know where all the various, you know, pet stores are, where all the various like feed supply stores are, where all the various hardware stores are, and the, you know, the clinics and everything else. And instead of trying to just write all the information down, in conjunction with a local map or an atlas, you can use the phone book to find those places, at least some of them. They're not all going to be listed in there, especially nowadays. So if there's some really important things that you want to make sure you know where they are, you probably should look those up and make sure that they're either in the phone book, and if not, write them down. But they normally will give you this for free. This was just outside my house. I don't have a landline. I've never owned my own landline ever since I left for college, left my parents' house. I've never personally had a landline phone. There just hasn't been a need for it with cell phone technology the way it is and the internet and things like that. So I've never had a use for a phone book. Most of the time I would just practice tearing them in half, which is pretty fun. I'm going to save this one though. And if for some reason, you know, you don't need the information inside it, the paper could be used as tinder, could be used as extra toilet paper, whatever. So it doesn't take up that much space. You could just stash it somewhere, and it might come in handy. Definitely not something super important, especially if you know where, like I said, where everything that might be relevant to you is locally. But in a much bigger city, and where there's a lot of different options for things that you might not have thought of, then it's a good way to at least have all those addresses just already collected and easy to find location. And then you, like I said, you still have to have some kind of map to go with it, because you'll get the address out of the phone book here, and then you'll have to, old school style, go on the map, find out where that street is, find the address, etc. But it's something that's very useful and usually free. And if not, you can probably try to get one from someone, you know, free from your area or something like that. So let me know what you guys think, if there's anything other similar ancient relics that we haven't used in years that might be useful for a disaster scenario. Comment, make sure you sign up for my email list. I give away free stuff and tips and everything like that. Links are all in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later.